Greetings and salutations, YouTube land. So, for literally all of my life, I've been a gamer. Before I was born, my parents had the Atari 2600, and some of my earliest memories involve playing it. One game that has kind of taken me like no other is Fortnite. I know some people hate it, others love it. I have put thousands of hours into that game. It's kind of scary to think about how much I put into it. I play at least one match just about every single night, sometimes many, many more. I've made some good friends through it. I've been able to stay connected to some friends through it. I love it. Now, if you know Fortnite, you'll know they are big on what the cool kids call collabs, where they bring outside things into the game. And it honestly feels like at this point they have done every conceivable collab there is. There's Disney characters in there now. Got horror icons, somehow in the shop at the same time. DC and Marvel in the same game. It's crazy how well they do at this. However, there are 10 franchises / characters they have never done a collab with that I would love to see them do. And here they are in order of, well, in the order I felt like putting them in. Coming in at number 10, Dominic Toretto and Brian from the Fast and the Furious franchise. They did just recently, actually, well, when I'm recording this, when you're watching this, who knows, but put in Brian's car from Too Fast, Too Furious, which is one of my favorite cars in the series, that Skyline of his. I didn't get it because I just thought it was too expensive and I hardly ever use the cars. But I think the characters would be an awesome fit. I think they'd be fun. I think they'd be popular. I think the only thing stopping them is probably getting the licensing rights, but they could afford Dwayne Johnson. I'm sure they could find some way to talk Vin Diesel into it. Number 9 is one I actually was shocked they hadn't done, and I don't know why. The most well-known spy on the planet, 007 himself, James Bond. I cannot believe they did not do this back in, what was that, Chapter 2 when they did the spy season? It's such a perfect fit. I don't know if it was just licensing rights or getting the likeness or one of these weird things where some company holds the rights and refuses to let them have access. But it should be. He'd be a great fit. I would love to have his gun in the game. The golden gun would be fun. Stupidly overpowered, but fun. Excuse me. And they could do some really cool things with it. Number 8 is a movie that is easily in my top 5 movies of all time. Spaceballs. I don't really care what character they do. Any of them. Dark Helmet would be fun. Lone Star would be great in there. Even just having a Spaceball running around with that helmet. It would be hysterical. It would be fun. It's a classic movie. Please bring it. I will drop my V-Bucks like that. Number 7 is a franchise I personally love that doesn't seem to get the love and respect I think it should, despite having been around for, it's probably approaching 100 years at this point. Dick Tracy. Give me Dick Tracy, Flat Top, pretty much any of the iconic villains from it. They would fit the game perfectly. They would have cool looks. And honestly, there's a new comic series of Dick Tracy that is incredibly good. I highly recommend. They could get the movie versions, the comic versions, anything. Give me Dick Tracy in that game. Honestly, I think like a whole gangster season would be cool as heck for them to do. Number 6 is a character from one of the greatest TV shows ever made, one of the longest running shows ever made, The Simpsons. Now, this is kind of weird because I don't think the main Simpson family would be a good fit for the game. Despite plagiarismo being in the game, I just don't see it working, and I don't think they would ever go so far as to put Bart or Lisa in the game. Just, yeah, crosses some lines. However, there's one side character who I think is a definite fit, and that is Rainier Wolfcastle as McBain. Perfect fit for the game. I bet that would sell incredibly well. It'd be so cool. And like I said, they already got Family Guy, so they might as well get The Simpsons. Number 5. Once again, I love my gangster movies. You can probably tell from this list. And from one of the best out there, Tony Montoya from Scarface. Complete perfect fit with the game. They could even do his little friend as both an emote and as a mythic weapon in the game. It's an incredible fit. I don't know why they haven't done it yet, but they should. Number 4. This is one of these where I'm probably the only person who wants this, but I will pay good money for it. That is from the cult classic, beloved comedy movie, UHF, Weird Al as Rambo. If you haven't seen it, it's an iconic scene. It's funny as heck. It would make a great, great character for the game. It would fit perfectly. And Weird Al's been in everything else. He might as well be in Fortnite. While they're at it, please, for the love of God, get him in Festival. Speaking of Fortnite Festival, we have number 3. Once again, this is a band I think they should do an entire season of Festival around, because their songs are that iconic. And there's somebody who isn't technically a member of the band who I think would be awesome for the game. The band is Iron Maiden, and the character is, of course, their mascot, Eddie. If you somehow don't know, he's a skeleton mascot, and he takes on different forms for the different songs and cover art. I think he's incredible. I think it would be insanely popular. And they could do a cool throwback thing. Or knowing them, they'd probably charge for them, but I would like them to do it so that there's different quests you could do, so you can unlock different versions of the skin. Start out with like the base Eddie. Maybe have like a Peace of Mind alternate skin for him. Aces High, of course. The Trooper, like, just should be in there. Iron Maiden has never been shy about merchandising. This just seems like a perfect fit. Number 2 is one that sadly will probably never happen, but I still held out hope. And I know my longtime duos partner, Omega Kevin, is also rooting for this one. That is Samus Aran from the Metroid series of games. Metroid's a series I have a weird relationship with. Some of them I love, some of them I just don't enjoy at all. And then, sadly, the Prime games I just can't play. But out of all of the Nintendo characters, all of the Nintendo franchises, Samus seems like the absolute perfect fit for Fortnite. She would be fun. She can use all the guns. The morph ball would be a great mobility item in the game. Now, I know there were rumors they tried in the past, and Nintendo wouldn't because they didn't want the character on Sony or Microsoft systems. But I think they could possibly work out a deal if they did this as like an exclusive for Nintendo Online members. Or maybe like if you're a Fortnite crew member and your subscription is through Nintendo, you get the skin, so that way it's not purchasable by people on other systems. You have to have a Nintendo system to play them. Play her. Sorry, that came out wrong. But yeah, add her in, please. Find a way. You guys can do it. Now, as I like to do, before I do number one, I'm going to do a few honorable mentions. Up first is one of the protagonists from the Grand Theft Auto series. I personally would like Tommy from Vice City, but Michael from 5 would be great. Or, I'm totally blanking on his name, but the one from San Andreas. Even the one from 3 would be cool. The only reason this is an honorable mention, because this is something I would absolutely love, is with GTA Online kind of being a big competitor to Fortnite. I just don't see it ever happening, but I would love it. Be a great tie-in with 6, or if they ever do like a complete remaster of Vice City, which I would love. My next one is kind of been in the game. That's from G.I. Joe. I know they did, I think, Snake Eyes and maybe Storm Shadow as well. It was more the movie version. I'm looking at the classic cartoon version. That is, I would love Cobra Commander and Destro. Once again, they seem like a perfect fit for the game, especially where they've been doing some more like of the different art styles for characters. Having them actually look like the ones from the animated show would be cool. Cobra Commander could have either his mask or that weird hood thing he sometimes wore for some unknown reason. Destro would be great. Honestly, any character from this, I would love the Baroness. Maybe some Joes if you want some of them. Shipwreck would be fun. But yeah, get more G.I. Joe in there. And now, my number one pick. Probably one of the greatest movies ever made. Honestly, a novel that I think completely outshines the movies. The Godfather. Now, I know they would be tempted to just go with Michael, which I can see and I would buy. However, I specifically would like to see them do Santino, aka Sonny, and Luca Brasi. They would fit. They're perfect. That gangster season I mentioned earlier is an idea. Perfect fit. Can you imagine walking into a place and having to face Luca Brasi as a boss? They could do either a toy or an emote where you like throw a fish wrapped in newspaper at somebody, which could be a great way to tease someone after you take out their squad mate. There's so much they could do with this. This is not a franchise that's ever been shy about marketing, cross promotion, and stuff. I don't know why they haven't done this, but they should. So there we go. That's my top 10 collabs that have yet to be in Fortnite, but I hope are. Are there any that you think should be in there? Please list them down below. There's some good ideas. I might do a second version of this list if you guys want. Because Lord knows there's a ton of other characters I can think of who almost made the list and didn't that I would love to see in there. As always, excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. And where are we dropping? Anywhere but the raft. Or Tilted Towers.